look at the film, look at the highlights. He's the guy that just makes plays. Oh, sorry, shoot, makes plays and just gets it done. I apologize for that.
No, it's okay. When you look at heading into a bye week, this is a huge win, and then you have some time off. You can celebrate.
Dude, team, keep it clean. What's going on? It's Ingraven here with another video. And sorry, I'm out of breath right now because I'm like what? When I got the notification on my phone, I was so confused because it said that Adam Schefter had tweeted out Andrew Luck already has met with Colts owner Jim Irsay to tell him that he's retiring. And I was like, what? Because I was kind of I was not kind of confused. I was extremely confused because I'm like, man. I was like, how did I get a notification for a troll account? Because when I read it, I was like, what? I'm like, no. That's like, how did I get a notification for a troll account? How did I get another notification for a fake Adam Schefter account? But I clicked on it, clicked on the link, clicked on it, and it's Andrew Luck retired, and it was the real Adam Schefter. That is crazy. 29 years old, boy. Wow. That's crazy. Like, it's not, and I know that, of course, there's always going to be some fans, and it may especially be, for this video, for this topic, may especially be like, maybe like a Texans, or Jaguars, or Titans fans, but I don't even like, I trash talk, with whoever Ravens playing, whoever their opponent is, whatever, I trash talk for fun, but something like this is like, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's crazy. It's crazy. Maybe it's just maybe it's not meant for me to watch and enjoy college football, because the first night in a long time, while I'm sitting here watching a college football game and enjoying it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this versus Florida game, and then this happens. Like, what? That's crazy. That is crazy. He retired. Andrew Luck. Like, there can't be anybody that saw this coming. Yes, Andrew Luck has been hit with injury after 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 injury. But still, I don't think anybody saw this coming. And most recently, what did they say? It was a calf injury or something like that? But they did say, oh, his week 1 status, he should still be playing week 1. But then we just hadn't heard anything after that. And now he's done. Now he's retiring. Now Andrew Luck is calling it quits from the NFL. This guy was supposed to be, according to a lot of analysts and experts and all that, he was supposed to be one of the next best thing. He was supposed to be the next best thing. Remember him and RG3, they were battling it out. Who was going to go number 1? Who was going to go number 2? Who's it going to be? RG3, Andrew Luck. RG3, he had the leg problems in college at Baylor. And they followed him through the NFL. And then once he got hurt, once Lodi Nada took him out, well, for temporarily, and then Redskins rushed him back too soon. Ooh, real quick, I just felt for RG3, if he could have been with a different organization, then things would have went so much better for him. Because Redskins are just such a poorly managed organization. They are one of the worst managed franchises in the NFL. It's like with RG3, just the way that they handled him was poor. How they designed the offense for him and stuff, it was good, but then he got hurt, and they rushed him back. And then in that playoff game, it's like, yeah, you want your best quarterback out there, but at the same time, you got to think about long term. Yeah, it's playoffs, and you ain't been in the playoffs in a minute, but you got to think long term. I don't think they thought long term with RG3. They rushed him back. He got hurt even more. Him in that playoff game versus the Seahawks was just ugly. It was ugly. But anyway, and then they tried to change his game. They tried to make him, hey, stay in the pocket, don't take off like you used to, When you could have just told him, hey, protect yourself more, and he would have been straight. But anyway, him and Andrew Luck, they were battling who was going to be the guy. And I think they even played each other in the preseason that year. And yeah, they played each other in the preseason when they were drafted. But man, this is like a shocker. Jacoby Brissett now steps in, and he got to step up. So once again, the Colts, they're going to find themselves looking for a quarterback. But think about this too really quick. Could the Colts actually reach out to the guy that got drafted right next to Andrew Luck? After Trace McSorley's performance with the Ravens in the preseason the other night, some people may think, oh, hey, well, Trace could be our backup. So and with RG3, they say he's going to be good to go week 1. Could the Colts actually trade for an RG3? I don't really think they will, but it's a possibility. But I think they stick with Jacoby Brissett. But we'll see what happens. But this is just like what? Like, is this the national retirement day? First, Paul Warlow, who the Ravens literally signed yesterday. It hadn't even been 24 hours. Less than 24 hours after he signs with the Ravens, he retires. Andrew Luck, 29 years old. He has faced a lot of injury though, but he retires. Like, I don't know. I guess Andrew Luck was like, hey, you know what? I really want to keep this thing under the radar. And I'm not making fun of him, but that's just how he sounds. But maybe he just wanted to keep it under the radar with him retiring. So he was like, you know what? College football is coming back tonight. College football is coming back tonight. And with college football coming back tonight, you know what? A lot of people are going to be watching that. So let me just kind of slip this under the radar. Let me just try to do this low key. But there cannot be any low key with an Andrew Luck retiring. There's no such thing. This trumps that Florida game. It trumps it. And it ain't no offense to them because the game has been really good, and I'm missing a big chunk of it now. We're talking about this, but it's worth it. But wow, man, what a shock to a franchise. And it's like for years they've gone through so many games where they haven't had Andrew Luck be available for them. So, but now it's like when they would go through those games without Andrew Luck available, they always knew, oh yeah, he's coming back. Whether he was going to miss a couple of games, or whether he's going to miss the rest of the season, whatever it was, they knew that Andrew Luck was coming back. But now, no, that's it. He's done. He's done. This is crazy. Oh, and then they think the Texans think Lamar Miller tore his ACL. And they just signed, or they just traded for Duke Johnson from the Browns. But this is crazy. Oh, okay. And PlayStation View just charged me for my subscription. One thing I hate about PlayStation, and we're gonna get back to the video, but I hate that automatic renewal. I hate it. I'm pretty sure I turn it off every month. But somehow it gets turned back on every single month. I hate automatic. Anyway. I feel for Colts fans, man. I feel for them big time. Because it's like, what do you tell somebody? What do you tell somebody that's a Colts fan? And really just, I feel rough right now, and I'm just a fan of football. But imagine somebody who's a fan of the Colts team. That's their squad. Those are their boys. They've been rocking with them. And they would have to think, like, Colts, if Andrew Luck plays, he makes them 20 million times better. But now, you back to square one. And it's like, it must have been so tough for them because you think about Peyton Manning and everything he did in Indianapolis. Everything he did. And then, like, so as a Colts fan, you had some of the highest of the highs. And I'm sure a lot of Colts fans were probably cheering for him when he was in Denver too. And even though in his Super Bowl year, he looked ugly. But anyway, as a Colts fan with Peyton Manning, you had the highest of the highs. You seen him battle with Tom Brady and the Patriots so many different times. I mean, you just seen him do a lot of different things that were very special. Especially, I think it was the comeback against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it was Monday Night Football. But anyway, I don't remember for sure. But you see that, and then, I know Colts fans already appreciated him, but then you go from that to Curtis Painter. Y'all remember him? I know you do. Curtis Painter. And it ain't no offense to Curtis Painter because he had some pretty big shoes to fill. And even though he wasn't being asked to fill those shoes, nobody was asking him to be Peyton Manning. He was just not even a stopgap. But he was just a temporary, I can't even call it a fix. But he was just a fill-in. He was a fill-in. Curtis Painter. But to go from Peyton Manning to Curtis Painter, and then to get an Andrew Luck, and to feel like yes, we finally got our guy. Wow, this worked out for us. We went from Peyton Manning, and then yeah, we had to go through Curtis Painter and some other quarterbacks in the meantime. But then Andrew Luck, we got our guy. We got a new franchise quarterback. But then now, that's it. And he retires. I wouldn't even know what to tell somebody, man. I feel so bad for Colts fans, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And back to what I was saying about RG3. Yeah, a lot of people thought that Andrew Luck, RG3 wasn't gonna last. They were for sure that RG3 was not gonna last, and that Andrew Luck would certainly play longer than him. But now, no. Both of them have faced some significant injuries in their careers. Andrew Luck has been physically hurt, faced a lot of physical injury. RG3 has been physically hurt as well, but he also faced some mental injury too with that whole Redskins situation because it just got so ugly. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I know, like the way that I'm feeling right now, I just feel bad, man. The way that I'm feeling right now, though, I know if I was a Colts fan, I would be crying right now. I'll be letting it all out because it sucks. It sucks. But at the same time, you got to wish him well. The timing of this, like I always say, timing is everything. So the timing of this ain't so good. But at the same time, hey, you got to wish him well. He did it like the last week of preseason. Timing ain't the greatest, but wow, he's done now. So it kind of puts the Colts in a pretty bad situation, cause they're almost like stuck with what they got now. And again, that's not a dig to Jacoby Brissett at all, but the Colts, they got time to make a little bit of moves or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, okay, this is it. This is what you got, and you got to move forward with it. You don't really have much time to move around and get this, because it's so close to the regular season. But man, that's rough. Anyway, team, keep it clean. Just like Andrew Luck. I'm out.
I want to welcome you back to Buffalo Bills 60. We have breaking news from Adam Schefter from ESPN that Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck has informed the Colts that he will be retiring from football. We all know that Andrew Luck is one of the best quarterbacks in football when he's on the field, but over the past 4 or 5 years, he has had a spat of injuries which has slowed down his NFL career. And finally, this preseason, I think his body broke down and basically said, I have had enough. Andrew Luck is a very intelligent young man. He went to Stanford University, and he probably said, I have 50 more years on this earth to spend with my wife and my family and watch my kids grow up, and enough is enough. This will hurt Frank Reich in the Indianapolis Colts. Maybe this is why Jacoby Brissett did not play this preseason game, the third preseason game tonight, because he was saving him for the opening game for the Indianapolis Colts. But this is a brutal hit to the Colts organization, especially after last year's performance when they made it to the AFC divisional round against the Kansas City Chiefs. So many people was wondering if Andrew Luck could get the Colts over the top and back to the Super Bowl and possibly win the Super Bowl because the Colts had one of the best defenses in the NFL. We have to think that Andrew Luck made this informed decision with his father, Oliver Luck, and his family, and basically saying, son, you cannot take it anymore. This is a tough game, a brutal game. We have seen other players step away from football early in their careers just because of the injuries. And I think that contusion that he may have had on his thigh, not on his leg, he probably said enough is enough. And we should remember Andrew Luck is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But everybody has a breaking point. And it seems like Andrew Luck's breaking point was this year. So the Colts basically have to start Jacoby Brissett for 16 games. And we'll see how it goes. Because they got a nice running game. So they still got Marlon Mack. They still got T.Y. Hilton. They still got one of the best offensive lines in football. Let's see if Frank Reich can do his magic with the Indianapolis Colts. I want to thank you for listening to Buffalo Bills 60. I hope you subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, and share this video.
Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, August 24th, 2019. Big news in the NFL. Andrew Luck, the star QB of the Colts, the former #1 pick out of Stanford University, probably the most hyped college quarterback in recent decades. He announced today he's retiring in the prime of his career. So this is shocking news in the NFL. You can see this is CNN's front page. You know, out of all the things going on in the world, CNN has chosen this as their top story. Let's see what's going on with Fox News, the rival of CNN. Well, not quite the top headline, but out of luck, they say. And I'm sure all throughout the news world, this is one of the top stories. So one of the first things I looked at was, I wonder how many days it is from Oliver Luck's birthday. If you don't know, this is the father of Andrew Luck. Oliver Luck's 59 years old. And from his 59th birthday to today is his 142nd day of his age. Oliver Luck equals 142. We'll come back to him being 59 in a moment. But what are the odds? Oliver Luck's 142nd day of his age. His son, star in the league, is retiring. They mentioned that Luck is 29 years old right now. Big football number. Football equals 29. So does Ohio. So does Andrew. Ohio's the birthplace of American football. 29 has numerology of 11. 2 plus 9 is 11. Football is a game of 11 on 11, the master number. This news comes 19 days before Andrew Luck's 30th birthday on September 12th. So he retires at the end of age 29. He's going to be replaced by Jacoby Brissett. What's interesting is today is 109 days to Jacoby Brissett's birthday. 109 is the 29th prime number. And again, if you use gematrinator.com, if you go to tools, number properties, and type in a number, it'll tell you about it. So like 109 prime, yes, it's the 29th prime, replacing the 29-year-old Andrew Luck. Something else that stands out about today is today leaves 129 days left in the year. For those of you who've followed my sports work for some time, I've pointed out how Andrew Luck's birthday is September 12th, 12/9, like 129. He's born in the year 1989, and the day he's born, 9 plus 12 plus 19 plus 89, is also 129. America in Jewish gematria sums to 129. The NFL calls itself America's game. Of course, 129 ends with another 29 as well. I've also pointed out how this number 129 is a reshuffling of 192. Andrew Austin Luck 192, Indianapolis Colts 192. Came out of Stanford, drafted by the Colts, just like John Elway once upon a time. Came out of Stanford, drafted #1 by the Colts. Remember when Andrew Luck was drafted by the Colts, it sent Peyton Manning to play for the Broncos under Elway, just like how Elway was traded from the Colts to the Broncos at the start of his career. See the riddles? What's interesting about Andrew Luck's career stats, played in 86 games, symbolic number. The word symbol itself equals 86. And he had 53 wins, and his last win came at the end of the 53rd NFL season. And the shape of the football, in sacred geometry, it's known as the vesica piscis, which sums to 53. Vesica piscis, in simple language, means fish's bladder. Football is the shape of a fish's bladder, 53. You got a 53-yard wide field. You got a 53-man roster. 33 losses, symbolic number to masonry. American football credited to Walter Camp, Scottish Rite Freemason who went to Yale. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, from his birthday to today, 72 days. The name Irsay's 72. He's the owner of the team. He was born in 59. Again, Oliver Luck is 59 years old. And look at the name Andrew Luck just in the base ciphers. Andrew Luck, when you turn the alphabetic order around, sums to 59. Remember, Freemasonry sums to 59 in Hebrew and English. 59 is the 17th prime number. Modern Freemasonry began 1717, the United States of America, a nation established by many Masons. 59 years earlier, 1776. But notice 158, 59 in Freemasonry. Notice it in Andrew Luck, too. And again, it's Freemasonry that works by this code. It's Freemasonry that the American sports are credited to. It's Masonry that so many of these athletes belong to, who are sons of former athletes, and so many of them are named so perfectly for their scripted careers. You see how Andrew Luck's 112 with the alphabetic order? So is Houston. That's where his father played for the Houston Oilers once upon a time. Oliver Luck. Andrew Luck's mother's name is Kathy Luck for another 112. Jim Irsay, another 112. You might recall the other year, Andrew Luck was sidelined on November 2nd. And on that same day, the Houston quarterback, Deshaun Watson, supposedly injured himself and was out for the year. And again, Andrew Luck grew up and played high school in Houston, high school football. The Houston quarterback shelved. Andrew Luck both shelved on November 2nd. So, again, when you learn this code, you can see how these sports rituals really go down. And no doubt this is connected to the father and him being 59 years old. Again, you got to learn those 4 base ciphers. The alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. You'll see right through these rituals, day after day. All right, we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.